This morning, the search for a missing 13-year-old enters its third week. Why the family isn't giving up.
Plus, a conversation with the new head of Madison schools. What the interim superintendent has to say about violence in the classroom.
And it is a breezy, cooler start to our morning. The northwest winds will be up there at 10 to 20. We're talking about some sun returning tomorrow. We'll have more on that coming up.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first one forecast this morning. It felt really nice out there when I came into work. You know that means it's going to be a hot one. Is it going to be warm today?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. It's going to stay right
70s,
around here, right?
Yeah, 70s.
Okay.
I mean, we're starting off fairly mild. It's just not going to warm up a whole lot from where we're at because we have this storm system roll on through. We've had this northwest wind that's ushering in some cooler air from the northwest. And also, we've got a lot of cloud cover out there, so that cloud cover is going to keep our temperatures down quite a bit. Northwest winds will be up there at 10 to 20, so a noticeable day. Things are going to be blowing around quite a bit throughout the afternoon. 65, so as mentioned, it's a fairly mild start to the morning. 64 in the Dells, Juneau, 68 in Janesville. So mild right now. We're just not going to go up much from here. In fact, we'll only go up about 10 degrees from where we're starting out. Generally, the low to mid 70s today with that northwest wind. A few showers later today. Not expecting a whole lot. We'll get back to sunshine and warmer temperatures with 80s tomorrow, right through the rest of the week. A front will move in. It looks like later in the week, and that'll bring us at least chances of some showers and thunderstorms for Thursday and Friday. Meantime, quite a few clouds around here. You notice that the late morning hour, only in the upper 60s. A few showers trying to rotate in from the north. Most of this from Madison areas to the east, and even then, not expecting much. So looking at temperatures in the 70s today with a partly sunny sky later this afternoon. Talk more about those rain chances later in the week coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. It's 6:01. The family of a missing Sauk County teen is still waiting to get him back. James Yablonsky has now been missing for just over 2 weeks.
And as the sheriff's office changes their approach to finding James, his family continues to search. Our Braden Ross reports.
I think it's impressive. We have a fair number of people out here, and it's good to see.
Sunday, dozens gathered to search for a missing 13-year-old boy who authorities believe may be trying to live off the grid as a survivalist. Family and volunteers combed through the rough terrain near where Yablonsky first went missing 2 weeks ago, looking for any sign of where he could be.
Especially after this many days, it's, you know, he could be anywhere, he could be hurt, he could, you know, anything. So your mind just kind of jumps from one scenario to another. Just hope we find some evidence or some, you know, closure to this whole thing.
Yablonsky's aunt, Mary Wagner, knows all too well what it's like to lose a child without answers.
30 years ago, actually, my daughter, Lori Deppis, disappeared up in the Menasha area. And at that time, I was so grief-stricken, I wasn't allowed to search or anything. And so for me, it's kind of a longing I've always had, is to be able to help, to look. So I just had to be here.
The Sauk County Sheriff's Office had previously asked the public not to search out of fear they'd push Yablonsky further into unfamiliar territory or that someone could get hurt in the process. Yablonsky's father didn't want to go on camera, but when I asked him about the sheriff's warnings, his response, "They can't stop us." The family tells me they're not ready to give up the search anytime soon, and all they want is to see James home again. For now in Sauk County, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Braden. Up on our News 3 Now news app right now, you can find daily updates on the search for James and the phone number for the Sauk County Sheriff's Office if you have any information about where he might be.
This morning, we're looking ahead to the upcoming school year. Our Naomi Coles sat down with the interim head of the Madison Public School District recently to learn how she'll address violence in city schools.
I think we have to hold people accountable. Grown-ups accountable for how we handle that at schools, and I think that we have to hold students accountable in a way that leads toward a change in behavior, right, and learning.
The Madison School Board named Kvistad the interim superintendent as it searches for someone to permanently fill the role. The current superintendent, Dr. Carlton Jenkins, is leaving the position in July, at the end of next month, I believe. You can watch the full interview with Kvistad at channel3000.com.
A Milwaukee County woman facing a criminal charge after investigators say she stole donations meant for veterans. 60-year-old Joni Nogay is accused of stealing nearly $100,000 from the Stars and Stripes honor flight. The majority of that money went toward her own expenses, including spa services.
It's preying on our veterans, those men and women that we're trying to honor as a community. And if it's true, it's just sickening.
Authorities say Nogue admitted to wrongdoing. She expressed remorse and then pledged to make the situation right. The organization didn't address the specific allegation, but it did say in a statement anyone fraudulently fundraising on its behalf will be referred to police.
Take a look at these images of Pakistani migrants crammed into a fishing vessel. It was making its way to Europe. Some of them presumed to be among the hundreds who did not survive when the boat capsized off the Greek coast last week. Survivors say the Greek Coast Guard was attempting to tow the boat and caused it to flip over. Now, this contradicts the Coast Guard's official account. The investigation not only looking at what the Coast Guard did that day, also what it did not.
It was clear it was unseaworthy. It was clear that it is part of a trafficking movement from Libya to Europe. So the authorities had a responsibility to intervene to save life.
The Greek Coast Guard denies those allegations. About 750 refugees and migrants were packed into the fishing vessel bound for Italy. 104 survived.
Let's take a live look now at the LA National Airport this morning. We have a warning for anyone boarding a plane anywhere this week. Expect some delays. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg says there might be disruptions ahead of a deadline for airlines to update their equipment. So on July 1st, this weekend, wireless companies plan to boost their services to higher power levels. Before that date, though, aircrafts have to make changes to avoid potential interference from 5G wireless signals. Airplanes that don't do this won't be able to land in certain weather conditions. Meanwhile, AAA says Wisconsinites going to travel either by air or by street in record numbers for the 4th of July. In a first for the state, more than 1 million people are set to take a holiday road trip. So whether you're traveling by plane or car, this 4th of July, you should prepare for some delays. In retrospect, not a great weekend to decide to make that deadline.
Yeah, not really.
Oof.
Well, if your local Starbucks is closed today, here's why. Thousands of Starbucks employees say they'll be on strike throughout the week. Yesterday, about 70 Starbucks locations across the nation went on strike. Workers said that they're striking to get a contract with higher pay and better working conditions, as well as to stand up against restrictions they say are in place for in-store pride decorations.
This month they were just like taking down pride stuff from stores everywhere, and it just makes us feel like they really don't care about us as people and as partners.
You may remember a couple of weeks ago, Madison State Street Starbucks, workers there said that management told them to take down pride decorations. Starbucks denied those allegations, and others from Starbucks workers united about the content of their contracts.
6:07, if you have a student in college, your family knows how expensive that is, but there are countless discounts for your student to take advantage of. Sometimes you just have to know where to look. Consumer Reports has more on where to find them.
As a freshman at the University of Alabama, Claire Burrill realized how expensive college life can be.
You forget about the little things, just going out to dinner, getting new clothes. So first semester, I blew it.
Next year, Claire plans to make every penny count. Working as a summer lifeguard, she'll also be looking for bargains.
Students can get at least 10 to 15% off everything from retail to entertainment to food, unlocking hundreds of dollars in discounts.
Some food stores and restaurants near Claire's campus offer 10% off, but delivery services like Uber Eats and DoorDash also have deals. Looking for tech items? Apple and Samsung offer discounts on certain smart products, while the Adobe Creative Cloud plan gives 60% off to students for the first year. And check out savings from AT&T and Verizon, too. Need a study break? Hit the entertainment deals. Hulu, Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, and Pandora all offer savings, some between 50 and 75%. And for $7.49 a month, head over to Amazon Prime Student for video and music, along with free delivery and deals on flights and hotels.
Keep in mind, students normally have to verify their status with an academic or .edu email or with proof of enrollment.
I need to get new outfits for game days or just social events.
Look no further than Levi's, Madewell, J.Crew, Nike, and Target for discounts on clothes.
For clothing, it's nice when there is a discount.
This is Shane Hogan.
It also pays well to do well in school in more ways than one. Many car insurance companies offer a discount if you maintain good grades, a B average or better. Be sure to ask your car insurance company about that discount.
6:09 coming up in sports. We're talking Brewers. Milwaukee trying to keep up with Cincinnati in the standings. Why the Crew's trying to hit a special number.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. A fertility service in the 608 celebrates 10 years making parenthood dreams come true. Coming up, the gift that was for one local dad. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 29th. To register, visit orthoteam.com and click on Events.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $1,200 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Boom.
Get $1,200 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. Welcome, friends, to the middle of everything. Friends that bike together, hike together, with ghosts. Can't wait to see what tomorrow brings here in the middle of everything.
This is how legends
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 29th. To register, visit orthoteam.com and click on Events.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. There's a local fertility agency celebrating 10 years in the 608, helping to make the dreams of parents into reality.
Josh Breiter is here with their positive impact that they're making in the community. It sounds like they're making a pretty big impact, Josh.
Big inspirational impact here, guys. Forward Fertility is a surrogacy and egg donor expert here locally since 2013. The agency has connected women who want to be gestational carriers and egg donors with families who need a helping hand in becoming parents. Christy Olson right here. She's a nurse practitioner and the founder of Forward Fertility. She teamed up with WISC-TV, a local business giving away 100 onesies to newborns in honor of their 10th anniversary. Olson says it's her mission keeping her moving forward and assisting families in the 608, but that community support is crucial for success in the end.
This is how families form. Some families form with egg donors, some families form with gestational carriers. Every human on this planet came from a sperm, an egg, and a uterus, and we can get those in a variety of ways. That's the main thing. If anybody's ever interested in helping a family in this really special way, it's awesome to reach out and learn more about it.
It's parents like Peter right here who are forever grateful to Forward Fertility. We're going to be speaking with him and meet his son coming up when this full story airs in our next half hour of News 3 Now this morning. We'll also meet a local gestational carrier and hear her message to those watching this morning. It's all ahead in the 608, guys. I think no matter how you've had a child or if you want a child, you'll be able to relate to some of the story in some sort of way. Pretty special situation coming up.
Yeah, certainly. Life-changing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
To say the least.
Big time.
Good stuff. Looking forward to that story, Josh. Thank you.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email.
All right, just about 6:15 here on your Monday morning outside. Kelly Slivka is on the patio. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. You can probably hear the leaves rustling in the background. That's due to that wind that we continue to see. It will feel throughout the afternoon hours as the storm system that brought us some rain, at least over the weekend, is now moving away. But on the backside, we do have a northwest wind up to around 10 miles per hour here in Madison. Some locations getting closer to 15 miles per hour. Will be a breezy day with that northwest wind. Here's the storm system right now. It's wrapping over the Great Lakes states, and it will continue to move away. We'll be close enough that we can't rule out a few showers, but the better chance are going to be to the east over there toward Milwaukee, Lake Michigan. And then eventually I think we'll get into some clearing later on tonight. So that's about it for the rain, at least for the next few days. We do have a lot of clouds around, but a lot of rain falling from those clouds. Expecting a high only of 74. Now we're starting off fairly mild, but we're not going to rise a whole lot from here. Our average now is 81. The low tonight, 58, so very comfortable again tonight. Rather cool and breezy for this Monday, for this time of June here. Scattered showers expected. A lot of these are going to be light and brief. Definitely not going to help us out as far as the drought's concerned. Looks like we'll get back to sun and 80s returning tomorrow, and that'll continue into Wednesday as well. Later in the week, as a front moves in, that's going to be our better chance of seeing some showers and thunderstorms roll through. Timing a little bit uncertain, but at least we have that chance as things will get a little bit more unsettled by the end of the week. 65 right now in Madison. Juneau at 64, 68 in Janesville. Once again, not a bad start to the morning, fairly mild. 65 in Cottage Grove, Stoughton 64, and Sauk City currently at 64. A lot of clouds for the morning hours. Can't rule out a few showers. Noticing some of these trying to rotate in from the north. They kind of fizzle as they head toward Madison. Most of this will be to the east. Temperatures today only in the lower half of the 70s for most of us due to that cloud cover and just not much rain. Any accumulation be well under 1/10 of an inch, even if you get lucky enough to see one of those. Later in the week, we're going to watch a front that's going to stall out across the Badger State. It looks like Wednesday, the better potential for rain will be across northern areas of Wisconsin. But as we go into Thursday, there is a potential that we could see a cluster of showers and thunderstorms roll through Thursday. Still a chance Thursday night into a Friday, but the chances start to dwindle as we go into the upcoming weekend. So those are our best opportunities for rain. Otherwise, just a few showers today, light showers, 74. We're back in the 80s for tomorrow and Wednesday. Mid-80s, a little bit more humidity with that front around will lead at least to that chance of showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. And then generally dry, it looks like, for the weekend with high temperatures in the lower 80s.
Next week, Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly will hit the links for the first time since Stricker won the AmFam Championship. The pair will play the U.S. Senior Open Cup in Stevens Point, one of 5 majors on the tour. Stricker won the first 2 major titles on this year's calendar as he continues a historic season. For Kelly, he loves seeing his buddy dominate, but he kind of wants to step up his own game.
It's like playing against your brother. You know, you want to beat him so bad, and he's on such a tear right now. He's playing so well that I don't want him to drop off. I really want to get my game up to that level so I can compete. But he is blowing people away right now. Everybody's talking about him.
4, that's the magic number entering Sunday when the Brewers scored just 4 runs, that's all. This season they are 35-6. That's the best mark in the majors. Crew trying for the series win in Cleveland. Top third, already knocking on the door of 4. And there's the man with the mullet, Joey Wiemer with the sacrifice fly. It would score Andrew Monasterio, and in the third, Crew already hit their magic number. Tied at 4 in the 11th inning, Owen Miller says, enough with this, let's hit the road. An RBI double, pinballs off the wall to score Wiemer. Brewers win 5-4. What a start to a 10-game road trip. That's your Monday morning sports fix. Have a fantastic day.
Still ahead, a Wisconsin couple celebrating a major milestone that very few reach.
You have to catch that story. But first, as we head to break, a look at gas prices across Dane County and Wisconsin this morning. We'll be right back.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including dwellings, for best furniture, home accessories, and best interior design. Vote for all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
At the Butler household, we celebrate a little differently. Now we can easily assign chores and the kids get paid for them right away. So they're learning valuable financial lessons, and I'm getting a clean house.
Learn more about the Mind and Money tool at ECU.com.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Lowe's knows you never come in for just one thing.
So we've got to know a lot of things about a lot of things.
Like which mower makes the cut, the mulch that finishes the look, and picking a color that pops. You got this. We got you.
If you're looking for the best way to buy a pre-owned Honda, look no further than Honda True. You get less to worry about and more benefits. Choose from 3 different tiers with up to 10 model years of Honda vehicles. Inspected by a Honda-trained technician. Discover why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about Honda.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
Welcome back. I wanted to give you a peek at my family's Saturday morning. Our annual Live Like Levi golf fundraiser went off without a hitch. Thanks to Kelly's forecast. We had a great time. I was at the auction later in Platteville at the Annex. Our frequent flyer, Kevin Charles Grunberg, showed up and snapped some beautiful pictures.
That is so awesome.
My parents so enjoyed meeting him. He stuck around when I was there at the Annex, and we spent a good amount of time talking. Wow, what a gentleman. We just had a great time. So I can't thank him enough, and I can't thank that community of Platteville enough. The amount of people who came out and supported, we raised, it had to be close to $25,000.
Wow. Oh, that's incredible.
I was trying to keep track during the auction. It was just amazing. Everybody from my godmother, Gina, I have to give her a shout out. She was there from sunup till sundown, supporting my parents. Geez, some of the people who were best friends with Levi, it's been almost 4 years now, and they have not let up. They are constantly showering my parents with love. And again, these dollars go back to scholarships for Highland and Platteville students. So it makes a really big impact in that Southwest Wisconsin community. And we are so appreciative of the love that we feel afterward.
Oh,
so thank you.
And that's Zeke.
Yes,
Well, I
that's
didn't
even talk about baby Zeke.
That's your baby in the picture.
Baby Zeke was at the golf tournament. Yes, I heard he was a little grumpy. He's a little grumpy dude, but look at his little face there, just pouting constantly. But it was a great event.
Boy, it was hot, so he's probably hot.
I can't blame him. The poor little guy. Zach had to kind of cart him around all day. Yeah. But
that gets tiring in itself.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Next year he'll be in a better mood.
Well, another shout out to everybody who helped and all the money raised, the donations and everything it takes to put that together. so good to see that continue to grow into what it is.
We so
today.
appreciate it. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts, everybody across southern Wisconsin who's helped out.
Well, here's something to celebrate. How about 75 years of marriage? It's called the Diamond Anniversary.
Okay.
Bill and Betty Davy are in Eau Claire. They got married in 1948.
Wow.
Some advice. They say, be pals with each other. And it's okay to get mad at each other as long as you don't let it last that long. They celebrated a major milestone yesterday.
I always heard that it's not looking directly in each other's eyes, but it's looking in the same direction. That's the key to a long relationship.
Sure.
Wow, that's poignant.
Yeah. Like that.
I didn't make it up. Trust me, I heard this from
Put that on a bumper sticker.
Sure.
I like that a lot. 75 years. That is life goals right there. Wow.
Boy. Congratulations to the happy couple in Eau Claire. 75 years of marriage.
They look good.
How about
Yeah,
that?
they do.
They do. They look great. Gosh.
I'm going to look a little rougher at 75. I'll be 105?
Yeah,
You decided?
if you and Zach make it to 75 years, yeah, you'd be at 105 or something.
I'll be looking pretty rough 6 feet above or 6 feet under at that point, but
let's hope above.
Hoping to get there. Yeah, you and me both hoping for that.
Hey, we are keeping our eye on our next chance of rain. We might get a little bit today, huh?
Yeah, just a few showers expected today. This will be fairly light, but we do have winds this morning up out of the northwest at 10 to 20. They'll continue to be up there 10 to 20 miles per hour coming in out of the northwest, and that'll keep our temperatures down a little bit. 65 right now in Madison, not a bad start to the day, but with the cloud cover around, holding our temperatures only in the upper 60s at noon, headed into lower half of the 70s. You can see some green on the map, but not a lot. Most of that's going to be off to the east.
All right. We're also going to get you an update on the severity of the drought. That's coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Pick and Save, we invest in Wisconsin farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
George uses AT&T for his internet and mobile service. Anthony has Spectrum One. What's the difference? With AT&T, George pays a lot more.
I'm sorry, I do?
AT&T Internet costs $55, and AT&T Unlimited Extra Line costs $75.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet with fast and reliable speeds.
Super fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security.
With Spectrum, I get Security Shield, blocking threats.
And an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G.
Service, so reliable.
All for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Anthony is saving almost $100 a month.
That's almost $1,200 in savings. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-754-4999 today.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Imagine this. It's 1968, and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen? And how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? You'd never have met your new best friend while singing along to every song. Or know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before the headliner. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. And every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Dear Freedom, Here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Right now, derailment investigation. Crews pulling train cars out of the Yellowstone River. What was inside and whether it spilled.
I guess it's that time for the elephants to retire.
Plus, end of an era. After claims of mistreatment, Baraboo sends off its circus elephants. Where those animals are headed now.
And let's give you your first look outside this morning. Bit of a cloudy Monday. A cooler day on deck, too, with some rain possible, Kelly.
Yeah, temperatures starting out in the 60s now, but we're not going to rise a whole lot today with readings in the 70s. We'll get back in those 80s. We'll have the forecast coming up.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Kelly Slifka talking about a cooler day on tap. The potential for some rain, but not nearly the amount we need.
Yeah, this is just going to be some spotty amounts today. I think the better chance will hold off until later in the week. We'll have more on that first warn forecast coming up. But right now, it's not a bad start to the morning. It's relatively mild, but we're just not going to warm up a whole lot from where we're at. We're starting out at 65 in Madison. We've got temperatures in the 60s across the area this morning, and they're only going to be rising into the 70s. There's our drought monitor. We'll have that story coming up in just a bit. Get back to the maps here. Temperatures in the 60s. We'll see the winds out of the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout the day. Really not coming down until we get toward the evening hours. So looking at cool weather relatively for this time of June with a few light showers, mainly east of Madison. Warming back into the 80s with some sunshine returning tomorrow. Better chance of more widespread showers and storms later in the week by Thursday and Friday. That looks like the best chance. Meantime, you see a few blobs of green here and there, a few showers, mainly from Madison areas to the east. Temperatures only in the 70s today, and we typically should be in the lower 80s. Right now, 65. The northwest winds will continue up there at 10 to 20 miles per hour as we will go throughout the morning hours. Upper 60s at the noon hour. Talk more about that warm up coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly Slifka with your first warn weather. We appreciate it, Kelly. Thank you very much. Across the country, the U.S. Drought Monitor showing dry conditions are getting worse. Let's take a look now at Wisconsin. For the first time this year, 100% of our state under at least abnormally dry conditions. Nearly 10% of the state has been upgraded to severe drought conditions. It's mostly in our area, especially the southwest corner of the state. This after a major storm over the weekend. Let's go to this amazing picture from it. You might have seen the sky just light up from those lightning strikes across the viewing area. Beautiful, beautiful pictures, but big impacts as well. 50,000 people were without power across the state. All that rain, not enough to break the drought. Northeast Wisconsin received about 2.5 inches of rain. In Madison, less than 1/4 of an inch reported. Now, you've been listening to Kelly track more chances for rain in the extended forecast. You can follow along and plan out the rest of your week with our First Warn Weather app.
An update now to a train derailment in Montana that sent 8 rail cars into the Yellowstone River. The cars were carrying hazardous material. Officials are confident, though, this morning there are not any leaks. Just take a look at the video here showing the scene. The company was Montana Rail Link that operates 900 miles of track through Montana and Idaho. Federal authorities are now there to help investigate.
75 homes are damaged after a tornado ripped through 3 miles of an Indiana town. Take a look at the incredible video out of that state. Amazingly, no injuries reported. You can see the size of the tornado there and the massive amount of damage left behind. Roofs ripped apart. Some residents are also reporting baseball-sized hail in that area. Indiana usually has about 5 tornadoes throughout all of June. They surpassed that average in a single weekend.
Well, as quickly as it started, the military uprising in Russia is over. The leader of the Russian mercenary group is leaving Russia to Belarus to avoid escalating the conflict further. The leader and his soldiers will also face no formal charges from the Russian government. The U.S. has been monitoring developments in Russia since the coup attempt on Friday. They say there has been no change in Russia's nuclear situation. It is unclear when or if the mercenary group will return to the front lines of Ukraine, but it is clear that it is a major blow to Russian President Vladimir Putin and a major boost for the Ukrainian counteroffensive.
Now to a traffic alert for Eastsiders. Listen up, drivers on Atwood Avenue will notice a change in traffic patterns starting today. If you're familiar with this area, there's a map up on your screen. Northbound drivers will now use the newly paved lane on the lake side of the street between Walter and Oak Ridge. Southbound drivers will continue to detour. They're being detoured off of Atwood from Fair Oaks to Milwaukee Street. Stoughton and Cottage Grove Road, also part of that detour. Here's the biggest impact. You won't be able to access Old Brick Avenue from Atwood during this construction. After nearly a year, the Maple Tree Supper Club is going to reopen. It'll happen tomorrow. Last October, you may remember, a fire spread through the building. Everybody get out okay. After months of rebuilding, a ribbon cutting is scheduled for 4 o'clock tomorrow, followed by a happy hour and drawings. Circus World in Baraboo marking the end of an era this weekend as it retires its elephants from the show. Thousands gathered in downtown Baraboo for the Big Top Parade and circus celebration. Our very own Charlotte DeLeste leading the parade on Saturday. The retirement of the elephants follows a PETA investigation last year alleging the animals were mistreated. The Wisconsin Historical Society said animal care staff always followed USDA guidance.
People have elephants in front of their yards, and there's elephant statues down the road on Broadway, but I guess it's that time for the elephants to retire.
The elephants are now heading to a sanctuary in Oklahoma to live out their golden years. 500 athletic wellness packs full of Forward Madison gear on their way to nonprofit soccer organizations. It's all because of Forward Madison's Stuff the Truck event to support younger fans.
Well, our Millennium families are going to be some of the recipients of these packs today, so we just want to say a huge thank you on behalf of Millennium and our families to Forward. We're very, very grateful.
That was Haley Brisky. She is the board president of Millennium Soccer Club, one of the nonprofits receiving the packs. She says she always wants to give back to the community, especially with Forward. By the way, you can still donate. Just visit channel3000.com to learn how. All right, check this story out. Stargazers are already preparing for a big event in 2024. A total solar eclipse will pass over Mexico, the U.S., and Canada on April 8th of next year. But fans of the highly anticipated event are hoping to book their seat to view it now. Some of them have already started booking hotels within the path of totality. That's the area where you can clearly see the eclipse. The closest spot for us to check it out would be Indianapolis. It just happened a couple of years ago, didn't it? Well, I felt feels like just a couple of years ago. Can't happen enough, apparently. Especially for hotels trying to rake in the dollars. Yeah, you got to book your spot on the path of totality. Sounds quite serious. Doesn't it? 6:36. Coming up, on the anniversary of the Roe v. Wade overturning, politicians and protesters on both sides of the issue speaking what the vice president had to say. And we are looking at for mild temperatures right now, but it's going to be a cooler day before the heat returns later this week. The first warm forecast coming up.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Coming up, a fertility service in the 608 celebrates 10 years making parenthood dreams come true. We hear from a local dad on how meaningful that gift was.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Intuitive sit to start and the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
Ryder Chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows ends Friday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
One bite of 100% Angus beef ballpark frank, and you'll say, hello, summer. Oh, yeah, it's ballpark season.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This
4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 on-trend bedroom collections. Get my highly rated 5-piece Tremont bedroom, just $9.99. Stay chic with my 4.5-star Spencer panel set in 2 colors. You'll love the barn-style twist to my brand-new Foundry bedroom. Get red carpet ready in my show-stopping Diva bedroom with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2023 Atlas Family SE Tech with 4Motion models. Limited inventory available.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Celebrating 40 years of Concerts on the Square. Join us on Thursday as we discover how this iconic event helped shape the spirit of Madison and made it an integral part of our community. 40 years, no rests. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now First Warn Weather. Trust the experience of Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and the First Warn Weather team to help you plan your day and alert you whenever and wherever you need it. First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, protesters on both sides of the issue are marking the first anniversary of the Roe v. Wade reversal. Several marches took place across the country over the weekend, including this one in Philadelphia, where thousands of pro-life supporters marched to the streets. They say nearly 60,000 abortions were blocked in the last year. Meantime, Vice President Kamala Harris also marking the anniversary with a speech in North Carolina, saying women should have the right to make decisions about their own bodies. Most abortions are now banned in 14 states since that decision.
6:41, we've been talking about the drought across Wisconsin for weeks now. Kelly Slifka keeping an eye on just how much rain we got this past weekend, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, actually some folks got a pretty good dose, but you have to go mainly south and southwest of Madison. In fact, there was a hole right over Madison that didn't even get a quarter of an inch, right where you see that dot right over the Madison area. 0.21 inches officially at the airport. The most rain fell right in the Greene, parts of Lafayette, and also Grant County. In fact, as you get down toward Platteville, over there toward Dubuque, 2 to 3 inches in some of those darker purples. So that's where the heaviest rain fell, basically south of Dane County, south of Iowa County. That's where they saw the heaviest rains, less amounts in that lighter green, generally between a quarter to about a half of an inch. And we are still at the big deficit, not only for the month, our monthly deficit now almost 3.3 inches for the month of June. We're almost wrapping it up. Since March 1st, the growing season, basically, we haven't had 8 inches, so our deficit is 6.5 inches. So we are in desperate need of some rain, obviously, and not a whole lot in our forecast today, just a few pop-up showers coming through, and any amounts will be less than 1/10 of an inch because they'll be very brief, and most of us won't even see them. Wind speeds today, though, up close to 10 to 15 miles per hour right now, as sustained wind out of the northwest as this storm system continues to wrap up. In the eastern Great Lakes, close enough, may see a shower, better chances toward Milwaukee and on to the east. So we are looking at some rather cool conditions for this time of June anyway, with some scattered showers. That wind will be up. You can probably hear it behind me. They'll be up there out of the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and temperatures only in the lower 70s today, so quite a bit cooler than our average. 65 right now in Madison, Mineral Point 63. Sauk City 64, 62 in Sun Prairie and Wanakee. Right now 64 in Oregon. So a lot of clouds this morning. Few showers popping in as we go in the afternoon hours, mainly Madison areas to the east. Only in the low 70s going into the afternoon. By Wednesday, we're going to watch some front stall across the northern parts of the state. That'll fuel mainly showers and storms across northern Wisconsin. But as we get into Thursday, we'll have a chance of some clusters of storms rolling into southern Wisconsin, and the instability will last right into Friday. So that'll keep that chance of rain going. Right now, the timing is just a little bit too early and uncertain to tell, but at least we have that chance later in the week. In the meantime, just a few light showers today on the cooler side. Nice mornings the next couple of mornings. Temperatures in the lower 80s, pretty close to average by tomorrow and Wednesday. A little bit more humidity brings in that chance of showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. Generally dry this weekend, maybe an isolated shower. Most of us won't see them. Highs this weekend in the low 80s.
Okay, Kelly Slifka, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's 6:43 on your Monday. There's a local fertility agency celebrating 10 years in the 608, helping to make the dreams of parents into reality.
Josh Breiter's here with their positive impact in the community. Hey there, Josh.
Good morning, guys. Just take a look at this photo right here behind me. This is just a portion of the families Forward Fertility has helped in the last decade. They celebrated their 10-year mark at Tenney Park in Madison this weekend. The agency connects gestational carriers and egg donors with families who need a helping hand in becoming parents.
There we go. There we go. It's amazing to be a parent, especially when it's been such a long way coming.
To say Peter Funch is proud to be a dad is an understatement.
I'm one of them now.
Peter and his husband Andrew were gifted baby Jakob late last year. They went through surrogacy using the agency Forward Fertility in Madison.
And we wanted to work with someone local. And then Christy was, or Forward Fertility was an obvious choice.
It's just been really fun to see them become dads.
Christy Olson is a nurse practitioner and founder of Forward Fertility. Her company is celebrating 10 years of connecting families in the 608.
The lessons of parenthood are learned before they even have the baby. You know, there's trust, there's expense, there's waiting, all of these things. And then to see them at the end with this child is just, it's really rewarding.
From the beginning of her career, Olson understands the difficulty for people like Peter to be a parent. Some have patiently waited out the process for decades to build a family. In Peter's case, it took 16 years.
We didn't have that. You wake up in the morning and the mom is pregnant and she's feeling the baby kicking, whatever. We didn't have that at all. So we went from we saw our carrier along the way, obviously, but we went from nothing to there was a baby. So it was very much like a fast adjustment.
Since its inception, Forward Fertility has been able to help close to 100 families make their dreams come true. To celebrate 10 years of service, Christy teamed up with the local business WISC-TV, giving away 100 onesies to newborns. But this is about so much more than her milestone.
Every human on this planet came from a sperm, an egg, and a uterus, and we can get those in a variety of ways. So I think just putting the word out that this is how some families form, and certainly if there are any people out there who would love to be a gestational carrier, that's always the bottleneck of this process, because as you can imagine, not a ton of people want to carry a baby for someone else or qualify.
That's where gestational carriers like Kara Hanko come in.
And it's like the greatest gift that you could ever give.
Kara is carrying a child for another couple. She's due this September.
I've always said that I've had a gift. Somebody needs that gift. I love being pregnant. I was done having my kids, and so I still wanted, one more time to carry another child, and I get to give this gift to this couple.
After Kara gave birth to her own 2 children, she now has the support of her own family in spreading more love and happiness, including her daughter Greta, who joined us for this interview.
And just getting to see all those moments that our kids have gone through, all the, the small little things, like putting our kids to bed and sending them to school, and then, their last day of school, and taking them to the park. And, it's just the little moments that I want so badly for, others.
Forward Fertility calls these carriers like Kara the angels we need in our community. Angels for families like Peter's, who will be forever grateful.
We see it as a gift from the carrier. Such a huge thing they do for us to carry our kids and help us to become parents and fulfill our dream.
Christy hopes the next 10 years means even more positive change. Wisconsin is one state that doesn't have mandated fertility coverage, and that would be a huge step for our state to take in making fertility more accessible to families. As for baby Jakob, well, he's going to be getting a baby sister later this year as the dads are welcoming another child.
That's so exciting.
Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
And it's crazy. You heard, for Peter, it took 16 years, and you guys were asking 16 years. Well, it's $100,000 for these folks to be able to have a kid. There's folks like me as a gay man, if I want to have a kid, it's going to cost me $100,000 because it comes down to having the gestational care, the agency, the legal fees, the insurance. There's just so many things that go around this. So for a lot of these folks, it takes so much longer because
that's so prohibitive.
It is. It really is. So hopefully we can have some more change here in Wisconsin to make that more accessible, because I think everyone should be able to be a parent if they want to be.
Totally agree.
You know, and for some folks out there like me, for example, it's like, you know, you look at whether you want to go through a fertility agency or if you want to go through adoption. Like, there are so many things that you have to weigh.
Right.
You know, both of them obviously have their struggles, and it's
both expensive.
Both expensive.
Both expensive.
Yes, yeah.
For someone who
So
wants to be a father.
it makes it very, very difficult.
Great
All right.
story today.
So you obviously heard the story in there with Wisco Girl. Well, Bubba's wife is actually the one that does Wisco Girl. Bubba, you've probably heard of him here on the show. He is one of our photographers, really our jack of all trades in the newsroom.
Yes.
So we have this gift for you. Bubba's like, you got to give this to baby Zeke.
Oh.
So that's for you. You can see on there. It's so pretty.
That's so
cute.
sweet
I know
of
you
them.
love the onesies.
I do. I love anything Wisconsin themed. You know that.
Check out Wisco Girl, because she has a lot of other really amazing things too. Here's some magnets to the You Betcha and the Love as well, if we can get some close-ups there. So she has a lot of really cool local items out there, so check her out online. That's an amazing partnership that was able to be with for Forward Utility to 100 onesies to all these newborns. So.
She makes the most adorable things. I know exactly how to pay that gift forward, maybe in a couple of years.
You know, spreading
Somebody
some
else
love,
becomes a dad.
yeah, enjoy here in the 608, and you know, congrats to all those parents out there too. It's amazing.
Great story today, Josh.
Yeah,
Good inspiration. Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
He's always looking for inspirational stories, so find him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Okay, it's just about 6:50 on your Monday. Coming up in the morning sprint, a new winner crowned Miss Wisconsin. We'll tell you where she's from.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Hy-Vee hot deals are back. 6-pack Pepsi products, $2.49 each when you buy 4. Whole seedless watermelon, $3.88 each. Lay's Kettle Cooked 4 rolls gold, $1.77 each when you buy 3. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
Get over 50% off on this sofa chaise right now at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list throughout the store, and up to 70% off on clearance items. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
You never know what opportunities life will send your way. But if you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis, Enbrel can help you say, I'm in for what's next. Willing to put yourself out there to try something new? I'm in. Care for a seat at the Thursday night game? I'm in. Upgrading your home court?
I'm in.
Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop permanent joint damage. And with less pain, you're free to join in. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections, serious, sometimes fatal events including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. When opportunities come your way, be ready to say, I'm in for what's next. Ask your doctor about Enbrel.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
What if in 1968 the mayor said nope to Summerfest? How many bands would you have never seen? Would hitting 12 stages in one day even be possible? Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
No more suffering from chronic nagging joint pain. The hope for relief is here at QC Kinetics. No surgery or steroids.
Nothing beats giving people their quality of life back. And that's what we do here at QC Kinetics, every day.
Regenerative treatments provide long-term results by addressing the root cause of pain right in the office. Call for your complimentary consultation today. QC Kinetics. Finally, hope for relief.
Incredible deal on this Sealy Queen mattress for just $3.99 at the 4th of July mattress blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, Sealy mattresses starting as low as $129. Up to 60% off list. What a sale.
Hy-Vee hot deals are back. Ground beef, $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Special recipe brats, 8 for $12 when you buy 8, plus a 16-cent fuel saver. And Bush's baked beans, $1.68. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
March into deer season at Sloan Implement.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
The search for the missing 13-year-old near Devil's Lake now enters its 3rd week. Family and friends are starting to get involved, looking for James Yablonsky. Dozens were out over the weekend combing through the countryside. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office had previously asked the public not to help in search efforts because a gun is missing from the family home.
First warn traffic alert. Traffic changing today on Atwood Avenue. Northbound drivers will now use the newly paved lane on the lake side of the street between Walter and Oak Bridge. Southbound drivers will continue to detour from Fair Oaks Avenue to Milwaukee, then to Stoughton and Cottage Grove Road. We can give you all the details if you go to a map at channel3000.com.
A Madison woman is your newest Miss Wisconsin this morning. 21-year-old Lila Sherry taking home the title this weekend. She was among a field of 25 candidates representing their communities across the state. She'll receive more than $12,000 in scholarships. She also has the opportunity to compete for the title of Miss America.
In Greenfield, several residents protesting the mayor canceling a pride display planned for the Greenfield Farmers Market. 15th District Milwaukee County Supervisor Peter Bergella spoke through a wired shut jaw after being attacked by a man who shouted homophobic slurs. That, in part, is the reason the mayor canceled the display.
New York is enacting a new trans protection law as celebrations for Pride Month continue there. Governor Kathy Hochul reaffirmed the state's protections for the LGBTQ community during a pride parade that saw thousands of attendees. A new report cites 350 anti-LGBTQ incidents across the country over the last year.
New developments in the University of Idaho student murders. A lawyer for suspect Brian Kohberger filed court documents that say no connection exists between Kohberger and the 4 victims. The defense argued investigators found DNA evidence of 2 other men at the murder scene. Kohberger's lawyer argued that the defense has been kept in the dark about testing done used to link Kohberger to the murders. He's scheduled to be back in court tomorrow.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, waking up to cloudy skies, a breezy start to our day, and you can see the overcast skies from our Queen Bee radio station there in Platteville. Winds out of the northwest up there at about 10 to 15 miles per hour this morning. They'll be up there about 10 to 20 throughout the day. So it's going to be a breezy day, and that northwest wind keeping these temperatures down. We're starting off fairly mild, but we're not going to rise a whole lot going into the afternoon hours. Right now it's 65 in Madison, 64 in the Dells, Janesville at 68 with the northwest wind. The clouds around. You're noticing some green, but these are going to be spotty showers, mainly from Madison areas to the east. A little bit better chance over there toward Lake Michigan. Only in the lower half of the 70s today with that stiff northwest wind and quite a few clouds around throughout the day. Maybe a peak or two of sun before the sun goes down this evening. Otherwise, first warn forecast, 80 tomorrow, 83 on Wednesday. We'll be in the 80s the rest of the week. A little bit better chance of some showers and thunderstorms as the front moves in on Thursday and Friday. And generally dry for the weekend with high temperatures in the lower 80s.
Any chance of getting out of that drought status thanks to those storms?
It just depends on where these storms fire up, but we do at least have that rain chance now.
Kelly, thank you.
Keep it here. Another news and weather update in 30 minutes.